The two previously had a relationship and they have children together. These court documents say that that victim was just granted a protective order for herself and her children 1 week ago.
That suspect was found in an apartment at the complex, but police say when they tried to talk with him, he barricaded himself inside for nearly an hour.
When the task force made entry inside of that apartment complex, the adult male was found with what appears to be an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The team was called after he barricaded himself inside his apartment.
We're here to help you. We have a medic on scene.
Shooting himself, eventually taken into custody as the victim's family and friends were overcome by emotion.
"30-year-old Johnny Salazar was a loving, dedicated mother to a 4-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. Her entire world revolved around them. She worked hard to make sure her children never went without and poured her heart into creating a life filled with love and security. Johnny also had a deep passion for cooking, something that brought her genuine joy. Her talent in the kitchen was undeniable, and for a time, she even ran her own food preparation business, sharing her love through carefully crafted meals. It was more than a skill. It was a reflection of her creativity and the care she put into everything she did. To those who knew her, Johnny was more than just a mother. She was a loyal friend, someone who made others feel seen, heard, and valued. Her warmth and light touched everyone around her. She was a truly beautiful soul, inside and out. But behind her radiant smile, Johnny was quietly enduring her own struggles, burdens that few fully understood, trials that tragically would alter the course of her children's lives forever. Around 8 a.m. on July 20th, Bethany police responded to reports of a shooting at an apartment complex near Northwest 23rd Street and North Glade Avenue. Upon arrival, officers encountered a chaotic scene and discovered an unresponsive adult female inside a vehicle.
A Sunday morning in Bethany turned deadly.
We received a call of shots fired in the area of this apartment complex and that a subject had possibly been shot.
A woman was found inside of a car outside of the complex.
They did find one person that had been shot. Medical attention was rendered, but was unsuccessful. That person did die here at the scene.
As an investigation unfolded as a homicide, police received a report that the suspect was nearby.
Whenever OSBI special agents got here, we knew that we had a shooting, but we were still looking for what had exactly transpired and who the suspect was.
The victim was identified as 30-year-old Johnny Salazar. Despite emergency life-saving efforts, she was pronounced dead on the scene after succumbing to a gunshot wound. Loved ones who gathered nearby were overcome with grief as they struggled to process the devastating loss of a woman described as strong, nurturing, and devoted to her children. In the wake of the tragedy, Bethany police requested assistance from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. The investigation quickly led authorities to the suspect, Johnny's ex-boyfriend and the father of her children, 32-year-old Alexander Berry. He was discovered barricaded inside a nearby apartment unit. When a tactical team entered, they found Berry with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital, where he remains in stable condition. The case has since been turned over to the Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office for formal charges. But this was not an isolated incident. It was the tragic culmination of months of documented fear and escalating abuse. Court documents paint a chilling picture of a woman trying desperately to protect herself and her children. Johnny filed 2 protective orders against Berry, the first in June and a second granted just 1 week before her death. In those filings, she expressed clear and urgent fears for her safety, stating that she believed Berry would act violently toward her and their children. Those fears were backed by evidence. Police reports indicate Berry was under investigation for domestic violence and stalking. In June, Johnny reported to Del City Police that she suspected Berry had planted a tracker on her vehicle. She relocated herself and her children to an undisclosed location, hoping to escape his reach, but he found them anyway. Berry later admitted to placing an Apple AirTag beneath the carpet in the trunk of her car, using it to track her movements without her knowledge or consent. The abuse escalated on July 4th, when Berry allegedly kidnapped their daughter during a family gathering, prompting Johnny to pursue him in her vehicle. That incident led to the second protective order, which mandated that Barry surrender all firearms, remain at least 100 yards away from Johnny and their children, and appear in court for a hearing in January. He violated that order just days later, and now, just 1 week after the court's protection was granted, Johnny is gone, leaving 2 young children without their mother or father. In a heartbreaking post, Johnny's brother wrote the following: "My one and only blood sister, I'm writing for you, because I know you would do the same for me. It hurt even more, knowing you didn't deserve this. We weren't raised together in the same house, but you always made me feel included. We always told each other, besides the fact we didn't grow up together, we would and will still be able to tell each other any and everything like brothers and sisters do. You would always talk about coming home and making plans for us and the babies. I love you, Nay. Always and forever, your little brother."
In June, Salazar contacted Dale City Police. She told the officer she suspected Barry of placing a tracking device on her vehicle. She said Palomar Home had relocated her and her 2 children in an undisclosed address for her safety. But somehow Barry managed to find them. While visiting with police, Barry arrived and admitted to hiding an AirTag under the carpet in the trunk of Salazar's vehicle. Arrested once back out on July 4th, Barry was detained at gunpoint after Salazar reported he kidnapped their daughter from the front yard of a family member's home. With a child custody hearing scheduled for January, despite being ordered to stay away from Salazar and their children.
We received a call of shots fired in the area of this apartment complex.
Bethany police responded Sunday and found Salazar inside her car with a gunshot wound.
She was inside of her vehicle when she was shot. They were able to get her out, but unfortunately, due to the injuries that she sustained, she did pass away there on scene.
OSBI, the Oklahoma County Tactical Team, was called after Barry barricaded himself inside his apartment.
We're here to help you. We have a medic on scene.
Shooting himself, Barry was eventually taken into custody as the victim's family and friends were overcome by emotion.
Following Johnny's senseless and untimely death, her family launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover the unexpected costs of her funeral and support her 2 young children. After being released from the hospital, 32-year-old Alexander Barry was immediately taken into custody and booked into the Oklahoma County Detention Center. The Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office will determine the formal charges he will face as the investigation continues. The lesson of Johnny Salazar's story is both tragic and urgent. Even when a victim does everything right, files protective orders, alerts the police, relocates for safety, the system can still fall short. Johnny's death highlights the critical need for stronger enforcement of protective orders, faster legal response to stalking and domestic violence, and greater awareness of how technology can be misused to control and track victims. Her story is a call to action, to listen when someone says they're afraid, to take repeated abuse seriously, and to push for systemic change so no one else slips through the cracks. Johnny fought to protect herself and her children. Now it's up to us to fight for a system that protects people like her before it's too late. Rest in peace, Johnny Salazar.